Okay, before we hop back into the game, I took a bit of a break, and when coming back into the game, main menu's changed. You know how Genzo on the screen instead of having the younger Iggy, which is interesting to say the least. But yeah, anyway, let's get back into it. Okay, let go instead. It's futile. Nothing I can do. Nothing that will get me out of this. I know it. I can still save Genzo. I can make it out of this. Find Bucks. Figure out what's going on. Fix all of this. But me? When have I ever been able to do anything? Let myself slip another few inches down from Genzo's leg. My grip loosened. I'm the one that started all of this anyway. I was the one that had us open the door. I'm the one that let things get this bad between us. Squeeze my eyes shut. Another tug on my leg pulls me down to Genzo's feet. I use myself with distraction. Make that thing devote all its attention to me. Genzo should definitely be able to get away. Bite down my lip and suck in my breath. One more tug, then I'll... And my shoulder jolts me back to reality. I shoot my gaze skyward and I see Genzo glaring down at me. He gets clenching in the fabric of my shirt. Don't you fucking dare. I blink, eyes wide. Don't you give me that look. I know what you're thinking. Genzo, we're getting out of this together. Crack on his voice stops me in my tracks. This time, the tongue yanks down on my ankle. I squeeze myself against Genzo's calves, jaw clenched. Genzo's hand shoots back to the screwdriver to keep us from flying off. He grunts, looks at the screwdriver, to the tongue, to me. Finally, can you reach my pocket? Not sure I was gonna try taking my hands off again. I can try. Once I begin trying to pull myself back up. The eyes must not like this because the tongue around my ankle gives the strongest tug yet. It can be all the way down to Genzo's shoes. Shit. Genzo's eyes nearly bug out of their sockets. Just hold on, okay? Press his teeth and I see him take a deep breath before grabbing for his pocket. Hand comes back out holding his lighter. How about a little tongue flambe? He says with a grin far too amused for our current situation. One flick, two flicks, gets the flame dancing, and holds it up against the point of the screwdriver is piercing the pink flesh. It takes about 5 seconds for the eye to react. There's a roar from beneath us. The grip from my ankle finally loosens. Pulls away as the larger tongue beneath us bucks and burrows. Another roar, of pain this time. Practically see the surface of the tongue writhing and curling away from the flame. Just when I wonder how much longer I can stand it, muscles beneath us grow suddenly taut. In one whip-like movement, the tongue reels back and chucks us forward. Genzo and I go flying like rocks in a slingshot. There's a few over the ground. They're slamming into the dirt and rolling. 5 feet, 10 feet, 20. For finally and unceremoniously slapping into the pedal-strewn path like a pair of wet fish. Well, that was eventful. Twin puddles of saliva turned the ground dark beneath us. Head still spinning, not even sure I'm still conscious at first. Open first one eye, then the next. Then, with a groan that's half agony and half disgust, I push myself up on my palms. Thick, clammy strings of goo stretch between my skin and the puddle below. Genzo rolls over, his cheeks painted with glossy drool. Hey, Iggs? If I ever ask how much worse it could get again, please just stab me. Stab me right in the face. Says before hacking a gallon of saliva onto the ground. Ew. Rub my face until it's raw. I feel disgusting. Dirty. Like I'd never been clean again. Like I got ice lava seeping into the crevices I didn't even know I had. When the shoals of the river, up to our knees in the water, rinsing our hair, our clothes, our mouths. Genzo's taking his jacket off and is kneading it atop his knee like a washboard. His hair sticks up in a wet toss that shudder with each jerk of his shoulders. Watching for a few seconds. We weren't in a horrific Wonderland currently fighting for our lives just to survive, so it might almost be picturesque. Like the two of us were on a trip together, hiking or camping or something. Thought Genzo trying to pitch a tent nearly someone to laugh in my lungs. Yeah, just the two of us. That'd be nice. I blink. Of course that'd be nice. Anything besides what we're currently doing would be nice right about now. Genzo sees me looking and shoots me a wave, then dropping his jacket back into the water in the process. I wait back, feeling somewhat awkward. Then begin limping back over to the grass. This whole thing has got my head all weird. So, Genzo clasps his hands together once he makes it back to the bank. Now that we're almost died about 50 times, are we allowed to go back? Shrugs his jacket back on before shouldering his cap, or pulling his cap over his curls. Not that I don't share his sentiment, but literally done nothing. I haven't found anyone else yet. I was afraid you'd say something like that. Nevertheless, I, Genzo Ishihara, shall stay by your side as your loyal and trusted knight. Oh? Since when did you get all gallant? Last I checked, it was you who was took off at the first sign of getting caught. Whenever we were doing something we weren't supposed to. Promptly slaps my shoulder. Since you lost a fuck all reason and had been doing nothing but nearly getting us killed, you idiot. Somebody needs to be the brains of this outfit, and apparently it's not going to be Mr. Hotshot Program over here. Hey, Here's a point, to be honest. My head has been a little all over the place. And another thing. Genzo whirls back around, still with a finger pointed right in my face. More of that noble sacrifice shit out of you, and I'll offer you myself. Are you really that anxious to throw your life away? Think a little more highly of yourself, would you? Stand there in silence. I don't know what to say. Genzo huffs and crosses his arms across his chest, clearly peeved. Finally, sorry. Bring my hand to my curls, scratch my scalp, turn my gaze towards the ground. Guess I wasn't really thinking. Genzo's face softens, hardens, then softens again. Yeah. Just don't do it again, yeah. You're important to a lot of people. This his arms fall, crosses them again. Anyway, now what? No closer to finding anyone than we were before becoming Wonderland's most wanted. I hand through a damp ringlet on my hair and peer out across the landscape. Before I can finish, a flash of movement catches my eye. Turn my attention towards the far bank, where the river twists around to form what looks like a small beach. A dock has been erected on the sand, and a boat is slowly gliding its way over from the opposite direction. Genzo follows my gaze. He narrows his eyes. That's freakishly fortuitous. It's not wrong, but at the same time, no, I remember this. Side of the miniature white riverboat is enough to bring fuzzy, shifting images bubbling to the surface of my brain. Yeah, I remember when I used to have wet dreams every night during my teenage years. But you don't seem me anxious to return to that, do you? I ignore him. Instead, taking a step forward and towards the dock. Iggy? Then I'm off, jogging towards the boat and the river beyond. Fuck. Guess he clutches his hat and starts after me. Can't you listen to logical sound night for a change? I get to the wooden steps of the dock just as the boat comes to a halt on the other side of the pier. Jesus, Genzo husks behind me as he runs to catch up. To the left of the dock is a cherry red and white sign with the words Kitty Cruise on it. Past it, I see the river fork, with the right channel leaning back along the direction we'd just come from, and the left leaning deeper into the unknown. Point towards the boat like some sort of overwrought tour guide. We can take this, better than walking, that's for sure. Iggs, are you even listening to a word coming out of your mouth? What does the logical sound night suggest? Going back for a picnic with the giant man-eating eyeball? I take a thumb in the direction we came from. That's... Kinsey glances from me to the boat, then back to me. Come on, he'll be fine. Don't you remember riding this thing? Used to love it. Urges her start up the steps. Hickey. Kinsey follows, but none too happily. I just have a weird feeling about this all. Almost like... Except that his sentence cut off as he runs straight into my back with a pillowy oof. Jovial's high-pitched voice has stopped me in my tracks. Both just stand there for a moment, glancing at each other. Come and ride the Kitty Cruise and sail the waves for days. Winter like you never had, the end to your malice. Someone is singing. Yep, there's the flower again. Set towards the railing, lean over a peek at the ground below. It's a flower. Brilliant white petals adorn its oversized head, gauzy green leaves shimmering with its dance-like movement. Gonzo steps up to the railings next to me, blinking curiously. That's different. Flower twists the top of its roots as though looking at us. Cap of orange, scant of height. Pallid yearnings you cloak in trite, more glaring than your loss of sight. Razorbow, what's that supposed to mean? Means a cheeky flower's about to get its roots flayed, that's what. Flower brings its leaves up to the chalky yellow gynocism as though slapping its hands to its cheeks in fright, calls at Genzo's approach. Gentle flower locked in its earthen cage, roast not the fruits of a misplaced rage. Genzo snorts. Can't help but laugh. It's just a flower, Jen. No need to get so worked up. There's the one not getting ridiculed by it. Just ignore it, come on. Genzo huffs but calms. Readjusts his cap on his head with a cavalier twist. Nods once at the flower, then steps back towards the stairs. The flower wiggles its leaf, this time turning its attention to me. Afraid to reach out, afraid to try. If fear rules your life, life will pass you by. I stop, blink, stare down at the flower. Words strike something in me. Fingers curl tight around the woods of the railing. Fear, huh? Chill on the inside of my cheek. What do you want, Iggy? Some sensation on my back makes me jump snapping out of my reverie. Put my head back to see Genzo, eyeing me in concern. Hey, you okay there? Go quiet all of a sudden. Pulls his head back. I just stare at him for a moment. My chest feels funny. Tight and floaty at the same time. Like I'm standing at the top of a tall cliff and wondering if I should jump. I turn away, running a hand across my clammy forehead. I'm fine. Just a flower, ain't it? Isn't that what you just told me? Ballsy things just spell nonsense anyway. Yeah, you're right, I coincide sheepishly. Guess I would be too if I had to stay in one spot all day. Finished with a laugh. Got that right. I'd be going out of my mind. Come on, let's get to the boat. Step up the steps. We're creaking beneath our shoes. Boat still anchored at the end of the dock, almost as though waiting for us. Bolts up and down gently in the current. See, looks fine. Toss my hand towards it. So we're not going to get the warning from the flower this time? I mean, we definitely did get some new dialogue from it. Kenzo doesn't look quite as convinced. Peers down at it, hands on his hips. Brings a hand upwards towards his chin, chewing in his finger. I can hear him mumbling beneath his breath. Starts pacing back and forth between the boat's bow and stern, as though he's inspecting it for faults. Does it have your seal of approval? I guess it looks fine. I don't know, Iggs. I just got this really weird feeling about it. It would just be extra alert, say, before promptly stepping forward and into the boat. Genzo starts and half reaches out as though wanting to help, and just as quickly pulls back. Waits for me to sit down on one of the wooden benches before clambering in after me. For a moment, I worried that it might sink beneath our combined weight. Quite a bit larger than we were the last time we rode, but this ultimately holds true. Is there something we need to do to get it started? Genzo takes the seat across from me and glances around. I don't remember. Classic. Fortunately, we're not left in the dark for long. Only a few seconds later, the water wheel in the back slowly chugs to life. The shudder, the boat begins to glide across the water. The river is calm, smooth. The boat cuts through the water like butter, slowly but steadily. Once it reaches the fork in the river, it turns left automatically, taking us further away from our cottage, the rubber guards, and the hellish ocular creature. Genzo still looks nervous. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen now that we didn't get the warning about not looking at the whatever that thing was. Catch him throwing furtive glances from one side of the boat to the other. Try to relax a little, yeah? Look like you're about to have an aneurysm. For once, he doesn't say anything, instead just grunting and shuffling to his feet. I scratch my bare arm. My still damp clothes cling to my skin, cold and heavy, and whenever a breeze rolls in, I feel myself shiver. Round the bend, now drifting dreamily past colourful scenery. Knolls of gold and green slope upward and away from the river bank. Red and purple trees stretch towards the orange sky. Decorating the ground are flowers of all shapes and sizes, cattails, tufts of white cottonweed, all of it seemingly untouched. No signs of life to disturb it. Across from me, Genzo looks like he's finally starting to relax. He is no longer shifting back and forth, and his face looks more tired than strained. Slides his hat off, scratches his damp curls, tugs it back over his head. Not often that I see Genzo so uncomfortable. To this day, I'm not sure if he doesn't get rattled easily or he's just good at hiding it. Turn my attention back to the wheel at the helm. It's creaking gently back and forth, keeping us centered in the middle of the waterway, and continuing our journey upriver. It's calming. A gentle lull, the sound of lapping water. And my eyes flutter closed, taking advantage of the moment to release the build-up tension in my shoulders. Calm is likely to put me asleep before long. I reopen my eyes and see Genzo staring at me. Sit up a little straighter, suddenly self-conscious. What? Looks awake, guilty almost, as though he's been caught doing something he wasn't supposed to do. Just didn't want to forget what you look like. Finally, inside my lip. Oh, I see. As for me though, that I'll gladly forget. I'm ugly as fuck. I mean, wow, I kinda wish I'd never found that out. Yeah, you're not ugly. I quickly retort. Too quickly, almost. To the point that I immediately read it and dropped my gaze. Genzo doesn't respond. He sits up, hands clasping and unclasping. Seems to be looking anywhere but me. After a few moments of silence, he stood with a grunt, wandering over to the railing. Gazes off into the trees. Damn though, this whole thing is bringing back a fuck ton of memories. Turns back, half sitting on the railing, reaches for his pocket, pulling his can of cigarettes. It must take him a moment to find a dry one, because he studies it for a moment, and brings it to his lips. 1 flick, 2 flick. 3 flicks of the lighter, flame bursts to life, so he's puffing away, eyes staring vacantly at the side of the boat. Something about that image, him leaning against the railing like that, smoke marbling above his head. Why is it so familiar? Uh-oh. Close my eyes for a moment. When I open them, it's darker and colder, and Genzo is looking about 12 years younger. Dressed pretty sharp. Sleeves of his sport coat rolled up to his elbows, tied on and hanging around his neck. And he has his hair gelled up the way he always used to wear it, after prom. That's when it'd been. Look at that young Genzo trying to look badass. He's half sitting against one of the bike racks just outside the cafeteria. Now sky bright with the moon as he sneaks a smoke. Seen from the windowsill inside, sitting there up by himself. I push the glass door open with my elbow and step out to join him. Thought you got lost or something. Chilly without a coat, but somehow refreshing, compared to the build-up of teen sweat permeating the gym. He glances over at the sound of my voice, grins. Me, I'm never lost. Just take a different route than everyone else. Should've seen Hunter at bingo. Lucky fucker won an iPad shuffle. Gonna stretch his arm over his head. I'm holding out my luck for the raffle. Daddy's gonna win himself a Dell. Confident, are we? I laugh and take a seat next to him. Holds out his water bottle with a little, no thanks. Not getting expelled with only a few months left. Shakes his head, takes a sip. Now that I'm close, the smell is much stronger. The bowl's been full when he brought it in. Now it's only about a third left. You'd never get expelled. Everybody loves you. Throws an arm over my shoulder, brings a cigarette back to his lips. Me, though, they just their past to keep me out of my ass. A grin. Let the fuckers try, I say. Shakes his fist at some unknown entity in the sky. When he slumps back down, his body is heavy against mine. Sits there unmoving. See him gumming the end of his cigarette. Then a hiccup. Brings an arm up to wipe his nose. Maybe you really should put the bottle away for a while, I wince. Somebody's definitely gonna notice. You know, I'm really gonna miss you. Mr. College Boy over here, off to bigger and better places. Getting your fanciest mancy degree. It's only an hour away. Not like I'm leaving the planet. Try to laugh. Besides, I'll be back. They pause. You decided what you're going to do yet? Roke a cigarette between his teeth. Smiles. Turns to look around, waving his hand towards our surroundings. Maybe I'll get into bikes. Bikes? Yeah, you know, everybody loves bikes. So, by association, everybody would love me. I'll be the most popular gen in town. By the time you come back, you'll need an appointment just to talk to me. Bird hoots softly from amongst the branches overhead. Yeah, get my own little shop. That'd be nice. Now he's rubbing his pant leg. Again and again. Though trying to rub right through the fabric. He opens his mouth. Closes it. He pulls his cigarette away to let out a plume of smoke. I can see his fingers shaking. And he says, Can I tell you something? Raise a brow. Of course. You can always tell me anything. Mouth twitches. Really shaking now. Feel it against my shoulder. Jen, what's wrong? You're acting super weird. But at that moment, the door pops open. The gadget comes running out, blonde hair dancing behind her. Iggy, they're opening up the bouncy castle. Come on, you have to go on it with me. Her hands find mine, then she's tugging me up and off the bike rack. All I could do is laugh. Okay. I throw a glance back to Genzo, even as I'm being dragged inside. Come on, Jen, bouncy castle. We pass by Olam at the door. He's just watching us, shoulders hunched as he wrings his hands. Catch him throw a look at Genzo before dashing after us, rat tail bouncing. Well, wait for me. I found. But not in my memory. Back in the present. I thought about after probably I don't know how long. I've been the last time the five of us have felt like a unit. Our own little group. The honorary members, Hannah, of course. After that, we all got our separate ways for a while. College, community college, vocational school, and Genzo case. Even after we'd all eventually returned, it had never been quite the same. Though strangely, we had all returned. Bucks and Hannah had, despite Hannah being accepted into a PhD program on the East Coast, Gidget had, despite Landbrook being the last place she'd look for a modeling gig. Even I had, despite a few semi-tempting offers for starts in California. It was like, no matter what, something has always been drawing us back here. Glanced back up at Genzu, now wandering the length of the boat, checking out the helm. Looked so short next to the big wheel that I almost laughed. Don't steer us into any icebergs, I say with a grin, and push myself to my feet. What do you think controlling this thing? He muses, giving it a little flick with his hands. What do you think makes anything in this place do whatever it does? Just so vaguely at our surroundings. Skittles. Definitely Skittles. I chuckle. Into my pockets as I let my gaze settle on focus, somewhere around the far trees. That's when it's then that I see it. A sign. Small and wooden. Oh, it's small and wooden, perched up along the right-hand bank. Words, collector's territory ahead, have been painted on it in heavy red strokes. The gaze jumps to the water, which has started to take a yellowish hue. Take a step backwards. Tongue feels like a dry socket against the roof of my mouth. What's wrong? Don't like Skittles? We approach the next curve, drifting slowly, peacefully. Something about the air makes the hair on my arm stand straight up. My fingers tingle with electricity. A jolt, grab Genzo's arm and drag him back to the benches. Close your eyes. Push him down before he can protest. What? Genzo's brows shoot sky high. Try to press Genzo's palms against his eyes. Just do it. There's no time to explain. Close your eyes and don't open them until the boat stops. Promise me. Jesus, Iggs. First you act like I'm crazy for not trusting this thing. Now you go ballistic. Pick one and stick with it already. Just promise me, okay? Genzo waves his arm in disbelief, but closes his eyes all the same. Alright, I promise, Jesus. Watch him for a second, making absolutely sure that he has them closed for good. Then follow suit, falling forward and cupping my eyes with my palms. Then, I wait. Sitting there, elbows digging into my knees, toes curled into my soggy sneakers, sweat gathering in the crook of my neck. I can hear the water lapping against the side of the boat. I can feel the rhythm of the water wheel against my backside, gentle swirl pushing us forward. Calm. Quiet. Chill on the inside of my cheek, fingers sticky and forehead damp. Waiting. Must be past the curve now. Tickle of embarrassment starts to play on the back of my neck. What's wrong with me? Genzo's right. First not paying attention to anything he was saying. Suddenly freaking out and making him play along. I think I'm a complete idiot. Tendrils of shame work their way up my chest, making my face feel flushed and hot. Something feels like it's been tied in 50 different knots. Though who am I kidding? He probably already thought I was an idiot. Or at the very least a weirdo recluse with no social skills. Probably only talks to me because he's sorry for me. Pitiful. Now, to do something like this, I should just look already. There's nothing there. At least then I can get this embarrassment over with. My cheeks, my neck, my back, my pussy and my crack. I feel so hot. Hot with shame. You could never like me. breath comes out shakily and feverish, leaving moisture on my wrists. I am a disgrace. Just look already, you idiot. No. I've done this before. I've definitely done this before. I'm not gonna let it happen again. Press my hands into my eyes hard enough to make them pound. In an instant of pain, the heat leaves. My chest unclenches. Coolness washes over my body like a breath of fresh air. What the fuck? I put at my damn forehead, but keep my eyes clamped shut. That was weird. Never had thoughts like this before. I mean, sure, my self-esteem has never been that great. Nothing like that. It's the boat. It has to be. Rub my heels back and forth, with my lips. I knew it's still only the sound of the water past the boat. That gentle rocking motion. Something brushes past my neck. The fuck? Sit up straight as a rod. What the fuck was that? Something out there. Something here in the boat with us. Shit. Little brush. It's tied against my side. I feel the cloth of my shirt flutter against my skin. And that sound. I can hear it. His breath. Crackles and pops me inches away from my ear. Almost like it's opening its mouth. Opening its jaws. Preparing to eat me whole. No. Now it's playing with my hair. Feel it shifting through my curls. Dancing across the surface of my scalp. Rise and squares, almost like a nest of snakes. Then lower. Curls beneath my chin. Lower. Sticking underneath the collar of my shirt and brushing against my clavicle. Shit. I have to look. There's no way to stop this. Brace myself, letting my hands slowly fall away from my eyes. Then groan and jerk myself away from the renewed burst of concentration. Feeling disappears. No more strays caresses on my skin. No more brushes against my clothes. Fuck, that was close. Gotta get a hold of yourself, Iggy. Don't you see what it's doing? I bite down on my lips so hard I can taste blood in my mouth. My body feels heavy and cold. Someone's draped a hefty blanket over my shoulders. My breath comes out ragged, though I've just run a marathon. Curl my arms around my midsection, rocking back and forth atop my seat. Row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, life is but a dream. Clench my eyes even tighter, trying to ward off the feeling of dread crawling its way up my skin. Row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, life is but a dream. I feel it in my arm, warm, throbbing heat that wants to burst out of my veins. Merrily, head swims. Life is but a dream. Open your eyes, Iggy. We made it. Genzo's voice is soft and comforting. Despite myself, I feel my guard dropping. Come on, Iggy. Let's go. Just the two of us. Genzo, we'll be together forever, Iggs, right? This time the voice sounds much younger. Fuck. Bring a hand to my forehead, pressing against my eyes. This isn't real. I shake my head, take a deep breath, start by humming anew. Why did you abandon me? Don't you like me anymore, Iggs? It's your fucking fault. Your fault I fell down those stairs. Now you even won't come and visit me. Not true. It's not true. I was all alone in that hospital. Then you wouldn't even help when I finally came back to school. I had to get fucking Orland to help me with my stuff. I was busy. Busy. Was scared. When the scream starts. Fuck. Clench my eyes even tighter. Scared that your best friend might want to... No. Bite down on my tongue so hard I could taste blood filling my mouth. Make it stop. Now you're too scared now too. Who's too scared to help me when I really need you? Can't breathe, my head pounding. Every nerve across my body is sending jolts of panic straight to my brain. Make it stop. Iggy. Oh, interesting. Can't take it anymore. Choke sob, I begin to crack my eyes open. I for a sudden sensation to snap the smell. I also jumped, nearly sending me straight off my porch. Somebody grabbed my wrist. Panic for a moment until I realized it's Genzo. The real Genzo. Not the only one in my head. On this realization, I slammed my eyes shut, just a glimmer of light begins peeking in through my lashes. Fuck. Rope is so tight it's cutting off the circulation in my hand. But I don't care. Instead, I focus on it. That feeling of warmth, my safety net, keeping me grounded in reality. The next moment, boat hits something and comes to a sharp stop. Then it sends me to the floor. I sit there, listening. Are we there? It's quiet, instead of the gentle lapping of water beneath the boat. We're definitely not moving anymore. I chance it. Bright. Ow, my eyes. It's the first thing I notice. I had my eyes closed so long that the orange daylight now seems exponentially brilliant. Blink against this glare. Tears still stream in my cheeks. Turn to survey my surroundings. We had another dog, bobbing lazily in the water. Head shoots immediately to the side, looking for Genzo, needing to see him. He's still hunkered down in the sea across from me, his eyes closed and features contorted. His fingers are still wrapped around my wrist so tight that his knuckles have gone white. Genzo, says softly at first, and louder when he doesn't respond. Genzo. Still nothing. I reach down and pry his fingers away. It finally does the trick. His eyes pop open in surprise and confusion. See beads of perspiration dappling his cheeks and forehead. Takes a moment to look around before finally honing in on me. Are we here? Seems like it. Boat stopped at least. On the direction of the dog. Guess that means we should get off. Right, yeah, sure. You okay? Oh, yeah, sure. Pulls his collar right to his feet. Guess I just got a little, seasick there. We disembarked the boat in silence. I stand on the dock unmoving. Gets his hand and finds my shoulder, but he says nothing. Just stands there with his fingers curled into the fabric. Bring my own hand up and give his knuckles a squeeze. Come on, pass instantly this way. We pass the end of the dock, towards where a valley of dirt winds itself off and away from the river, bordered on either side by more trees. Yeah, because his voice lacks its usual vivacity. I start our trek away from the river without another word, just the two of us, walking down a dreamlike path in a world of fantasy. No idea where to go, or what to expect next. Not sure how long we walk. 20 minutes, 30, an hour. Time feels strange, almost as though it's not passing at all. Yeah, when I think back to the cottage, or discovering that hole in the tree, it already feels like a lifetime ago. Strangely disconnected. Trying to think back about my apartment, about work, about the party. They all feel fake. Did any of that really happen? Of course it did. It's my life. It's me. Look down at my hand as though it may reveal an answer to some unspoken question. My mind drifts back to that voice in the tree. What do you want, Iggy? He looks over at Genzo, has his hands shoved in his pockets and his gaze pointing at his toes. What do you wish for more than anything else in the whole world? Bring my hand up to run through my hair. I'll tell you once you got yourself hitched and you poked out 2.5 kids and a white picket fence to call them. How about that? Then we'll be able to have ourselves a good laugh about it. Shake my head. Clear my thoughts. All of a sudden my footsteps changed to timber. Glanced down to see the dirt path has given way to cobblestone. Oh, stop for a moment, studying the new pavement. Did we find the yellow brick road? It takes this opportunity to survey the landscape. Through the foliage veiling the upcoming bend, a spire spattering of bright colours. Too bright even for the otherworldly trees. There's something there. Expend the energy for a short jog, taking me around the trees in front of what I can only describe as a gigantic billboard. I stop. Take it in. Her eyes grow about 5 sizes larger. Jesus. Kinzo trots up next to me, equally stupefied. It's Gidget. Larger than life and wearing little, very little clothing. Lying on her side, head propped up on her hand, holding a martini glass in her other. She's winking at the camera. At us. Next to her the words, "Come visit Wonderland's hottest goddess." Bright purple print. Jaw goes slack. That's a sight of Gidget I'd never seen before. Ginzo's brow reaches for the sky. You can say that again. Ginzo cocks his head to look at me. Juice on the inside of his cheek, saying nothing more. Gurgle of our knees rises up in my bowels. I take in the image in the sign. Stomach twists. Thinking about it like this, I shake my head. Say it makes me feel uncomfortable would be an understatement. Turn away from the billboard, looking instead further up the path. Bordered by other similar placards that stick up and out of the ground like signposts. All of them sport Gidget. Some in gorgeous dresses, some in bright summer symbols, some in ridiculous getups that look like they come straight out of a fantasy or horror movie. I'm normally all for exploring your passions, but this feels a little excessive. She did all this here? No, she did it in the backyard. So we make our way down the Gidget-lined path. Smell follows us. Something sweet, something sultry, sometimes downright sinful. Can't help but feel like every single one of them is aimed straight at me. 20 placards later, it sees us at the entrance to a small village. Sway the quaint, white and dark wood cottages, puffing chimneys, the curving cobblestone roads, and vine-draped walls. Remember this, though not quite as clearly as the kiddie cruise, more like out-of-focus snapshots. And ice cream. Somehow I definitely remember eating ice cream here before. Could really go for a hot fudge sundae right now. Ginzo scratches his belly. Pushing thoughts of sweets out of my head, I start down the main road. For once, we're not the only ones here. People are milling about, walking from building to building. But none of them so much glance up as we look around. Round the next corner and stop. A crowd of people is gathered outside one or the more ornate-looking homes. Good 15 to 20 of them, and though they whisper amongst themselves occasionally, tension seems fixed on the door. You see Miss Glamour Shorts yet? Ginzo sidles up next to me. Not yet, but something tells me I'm about to. Stomach gurgles. Getting that feeling again. Feeling like I'm on the verge of entering deep shit territory. Bring a hand to my belly with a wince. Good morning, darlings. I turn at the voice to see the door open. Gidget has her hands raised above her head to greet the crowd. Previous quiet gathering erupts in cheers and applause. A sinking feeling in my gut forms itself into a 2-ton boulder. Thank you so much for seeing me off today. Well, shit, can you believe it? Scouts here just can't keep their eyes off of me. Frantically dances down the steps, crowd piling to allow her room. Immediately there's hands reaching out, thrusting papers and books for the sign, trying to catch a passing touch of her arm or shoulder. We love you, Gidget. Marry me, Gidget. Gidget's mouth curls in an over-exaggerated frown as she walks it through. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in quite a rush today. She pauses. And she smiles with a wink. But I suppose one or two autographs wouldn't hurt. The crowd goes wild, flinging their pens and photos and exposed skin at her with even more vengeance. You first, Gidget. You're number one fan, Gidget. She turns to the person standing nearest her. Teenage girl with bouncy ponytail and decked out in pins, stickers, and accessories, all featuring Gidget's name or face. Girl brings her hand in excitement as Gidget signs her name in an autograph book. Hey, Gidget. Only this time, the call comes from right next to me. Turn to see Genzo with his hands cupped around his mouth. Gidget turns, stops, and beams. Guys! Barely has time to return the girl's autograph book before she's dashing towards us. You're here. I can't believe it. Couldn't say the same thing about you. You had no idea who do we find down here. Up close, Gidget looks different. Except I can't put my finger on how exactly. Only that her aura feels incredibly intense. You look, great, I finally manage. Gidget beams. Grows instantly shy. I mean, have to, you know, keep up appearances. Who knew they'd love me down here? Genzo loops his fingers behind his neck, quiet. You're, doing modeling gigs then? Asked somewhat tentatively. Yeah, crazy, huh? She starts then stops, gaze shooting to her watch. Oh crap, that reminds me, I'm already late for my next one. Come down with me, it's just over the pier in town. Afterwards, we can grab some drinks at the end. Catch up? Glance at Genzo, who glances at me. I shrug. Sure, why not? Because what else can I say? He grins. Amazing! Come on then, this way. Then starts off down the road, not forgetting to throw a parting wave at the crowd who camped outside the door as she passes. Catch you all later. Genzo scratches his forehead. Coughs. She seems strangely nonchalant about all this. Tell me about it. Walk after her. I can't help but notice the aura of the crowd growing dark as we pass. I don't know if the older woman even glanced at me as I turned my head to look. Just keep walking, Genzo hisses. Sits between me and the crowd, one hand to my back to keep me moving. Don't need to be told twice. Pace quickens by about half a step. Gidget leads us down the curved road and past a few more buildings that look just familiar enough to jog my memory. Past the next bend, the buildings open up to reveal a long cobblestone pier lined with small fishing boats. A team of photographers is already setting out their gear near the water. Beautiful, isn't it? Gidget turns back towards us. Perfect photo shoot. Actually surprised I haven't done one here yet. Color me shocked. Genzo squints as he takes in the scenery. Gidget brows furrowed for a moment. She returns to her cheery self. Feel free to look around during the shoot. Don't think it'll be that long. Takes one last look at us, then dashes off towards the crew. Please tell me I'm not the only one weirded out by this whole thing. Yes, well, it's something. Something's fucked up. Why the hell is she down here playing dress up like some kind of game? Well, it is what she wanted. Yeah, I want every day to be a $6 buffet night at the Steak and Bake. You don't see me rushing to bend the rules of time to my will. Don't respond. Instead, biting down on my lip, watching the crew finish setting up. Shoot starts. Gidget is on fire. Never seen her look so alive, so happy, having the absolute time of her life. Start with a few shots with her back to the boats. Walking along the pier, sitting atop the railing and gazing out across the lake. Despite her constant smile, can't stop the feeling of unease clawing up my belly. Why is she here? How can she act like this is normal? As soon as the thought entered my head, Gidget glances up. Beams, begins to wave me over. I pause, unsure. Point to myself, as though there could be anyone else she is pointing to. When she nods, I shuffle over awkwardly. Jumps on off the railing at my approach. Join me for a shoot. What? My voice cracks. Yeah, come on, just for fun. Arm sneaks in its way around and I feel her tugging towards the camera. Besides, who wouldn't want to shoot this handsome starter? Throw a look at helplessness back at Genzo. His face is blank. Seems like I'm on my own then. I was have to be dragged towards the railing. They position us on the other side of the little blue shop. Sails flapping gently in the breeze. I don't even have a chance to ask what I'm supposed to do before the cameras are snapping like crazy. How many pictures are they taking? 100 a minute? First 500 or so are just gonna be me looking like a deer in the headlights. Fortunately, Gidget knows what to do. Grabs my arm, pulls me close, taps my opposite shoulder to get me spinning around. I blanch at first, smile when I realize it's her, laugh. Gives me a playful shove, gets me moving. Points towards an especially oblong cloud in the sky to get me looking skyward. All the while, the cameras shoot, shoot, shoot. This is how it works then, is it? Heard that one or two of these thousands of shots actually looks decent. She laces her arms around mine, pulling me back in and plants a kiss on my cheek. Recoil instantly. Hot. Face was hot. Looks like someone has stung me with a poker. My stomach twists in discomfort. I grimace. Something Gidget doesn't miss. What's wrong? Brows furrow. Shake my head. Nothing. Sorry. Something did something weird there for a second. Just not feeling super hot, I guess. Oh, go take a rest then. Well, it's done here. You can head back. Yeah, right. Not somewhat apologetically and scoot out of view of the cameras. When it's clear, my stomach slowly normalizes. I take out my glasses to give my face a few good rubs. Yeah, we definitely don't want to be taking a rest, at least with Gidget around. We don't want the same situation repeating. You're right there? Genzo settles up next to me, his face clouded with worry. Looks like you're about to pass out. Fucking pale as a ghost. I mean worse than usual. Presses the back of his hand to my cheek. Let's not pull away, because why not? Fine, really. Shake my head, but don't pull away. I think everything's just starting to catch up with me. Want to sit down or something? Genzo switches its gaze across our surroundings. Come on, there's a bench over there. Oh, sure. Something you wouldn't mind sitting down. Just need a few minutes to collect myself. Follow Genzo towards the bench and sit down with a somewhat languid plop. Genzo follows suit beside me. Glance up just in time to see Gidget watching us. Face is strangely dark. Quickly lower my gaze, focusing instead on my hands. Quite the setup they got there. Genzo muses as he watches the crew at work. Not really listening though. Got my eyes closed, just taking in the sound of water in time with my breath. Feels good to shut things out, even if for a moment. Remember much of this place, Eeks? Sit back up, open my eyes. Genzo's leaning back to look at the houses behind us. Only kinda, then, like, bits and pieces, I guess? We definitely went to that bakery more than once. Points towards a small, cozy-looking cottage just up the street we came. Remember the little old lady there gave me extra cookies, said it helped me grow. Oh, now we know that was a lie. I mean, definitely made him grow in other directions. I laugh. He keeps going, finger bobbing in the air as if pointing at something in his memory. Wait, remember? One got stuck on top of that wall and was too scared to climb down. Hit the wall we pointed at, one separating a trio of houses from a miniature garden out back. Weren't you the one who dared him to climb up in the first place? That stupid fucker. Still can't believe he did that. Yeah, you were pretty mean to him. This car put in a wince. Didn't he even, pee his pants? Oh fuck, you're right. Spike's another golf. The whole front of his pants was a bit by the time he got down. Kenso, I just look at him. What? His smile falls, he blinks, looks towards the ground. It only went up because of you. He has to do everything you told him to do. Genzo brings a hand up to scratch beneath his cap. I mean, I did share the rest of my ice cream with him afterwards. I blink. Before I can even try to read into the indecipherable expression written on Genzo's face, some of the camera equipment being packed up grasps my attention. Turn just in time to see Gidget bounding towards us. Vicky, we're done. Grabs my arm, pulls me to my feet. Come on, let's head back. They'll love me. They love me at the end. They'll give us free drinks. Oh, sure. About all I can manage to say as she loops her arm around mine, begins dragging me back up the road. So I get into a look of helpless confusion as I stumble to keep up. Back to the inn. Drink up, boys, it's on the house. Busty woman in a flower print dress and a white apron slams 2 extra large beers down the table in front of Genzo and me. Don't mind if I do. Genzo promptly grabs his and downs about half the glass. Don't touch my own. Somehow the thought alcohol only serves to twist my stomach further. Place my hands tentatively around the base of the mug. Don't plan on drinking and just haven't found the opportunity yet. It is bustling with patrons. And playing cards, groups of friends laughing and drinking. And a table not far behind us filled with what I can only assume are fans of Gidget, sit watching us, gurgling down notes at our every action. It's a cozy place, music sprinkling in through an old photograph, warm candles beaming down from wooden chandeliers overhead. Stairs in the corner leap up to what I can only assume are overnight rooms you can look at the counter. Sure didn't have anything like this when we were kids, is it last I wiped Sadie's mouth. Pass around, taking the ambience. I mean, I guess we did always know this place changed. Always just kinda knew what you needed, and beyond the wishes, I mean. Genzo crosses his fingers over his heart and lowers his head. Thank you for knowing what I need, and probably takes another swig. Turn my attention back to Gidget, just watching the two of us, face strangely blank. Try to bring her into the conversation. So, how long have you been here then? Kinda seems like you made yourself home, or at home. Brings a strange little smile to her face, curls a lock of hair around her finger. Not even sure at this point. I've been keeping track, you know. Everyone loves me so much down here. Guess I kinda get lost in all of it sometimes. Curse of being popular, you know. For smile, right. Dang, talk about night and day. Here, Iggy and I were treated like public enemy number 1 and 2 the moment we arrived. Gets her eyes go wide. Gidget just shrugs. Oh, that will happen, I suppose. Only enough room for one goddess down here. I saw you as anomalies to be eliminated. I laugh. I'm joking, of course. Brow twitches, of course. But now you're here, right where you're meant to be. So you can just relax. When her eyes go razor focused at this, staring straight through me, sends a chill up my spine. I have to turn away my gaze. Pretty sure Iggy's not meant to be anywhere. Kenzo grumbles, nursing his beer. He can make his own goddamn decisions. Is that so? Doesn't seem like you were giving him much of a chance to make his own decisions earlier. What are you talking about? Particularly throwing yourself at him back in the pier? Disgusting, is what it is. Leave him away from everyone so you could have him all to yourself. Threw the guy to a fucking bench. Is that a crime? You tied him out with all your fucking Wonderland's Next Top Model bullshit. All I can do is look back and forth between them with each new post. Perhaps reaching for my hairline. Who knows what else you've already done to him? Probably turned him against me. Got him all confused. Kenzo's face twists in disbelief. He raises his hands, glancing around the room as though looking for some kind of fleeting explanation. Turned to him against. Doesn't even finish. What am I, the Pied fucking Piper? Gets at least to her feet, slamming her hands down on the table. Do you even know what I've had to go through? I've had to do? The sacrifice I've had to make? What have you done, Genzo? You're nothing but a drunken loser who never went to college. She towards him with a fling of the wrist. I mean, just look at what you've done to yourself. Can't even take care of yourself, let alone someone else. Color drains from Genzo's face. He simply sits there, frozen. Now let's stand up for him. No idea what this is all about, but just so you know, Genzo's done a whole fucking lot. Started up his own business for crying out loud. He then glances up at me for the briefest of moments, lips pressed tight. As if that's hard, Gidget just huffs. Did the same thing. Besides, his is just a shitty little shop no one cares about. Not true, a lot of... It's okay, Iggy. Genzo winces and smiles, scratching at the back of his neck. Don't even know why we're arguing, to be honest. This is stupid. Gidget smiles, but it's not a friendly smile. Eyes narrows into slits. She brings her hand to her mouth with a tiny giggle. More like pointless, really, but yes. It's supposed to be a happy occasion, yes. You two joining me down here? We should be celebrating. Flies back to his seat and crosses her legs, over an embellished swoop. Yeah. God, this thing always seems to get really awkward. I mean, I know that Genzo isn't exactly the bestest guy, especially when it comes to all of them. He's not the greatest guy towards him, but this obsession Gidget has with Iggy is kind of scary. Don't miss the way the side of her foot brushes against my calf in the process. My point exactly. Opposite end of the table, Genzo is staring down at his beer. Seems to have lost his early enthusiasm. Now, where were we? Ah, right. Your plans, of course. You are going to stay here with me, yes? You absolutely love it here. Something lower lip between my teeth. That's not really... I mean, we thought we'd look for... Actually, must see the studio. Still can't believe what they were able to do with it in such a short amount of time. Absolutely breathtaking optics. Good shit, we're not... Now, of course, there's the housing situation. Sure, we can work something out. I mean, you can always stay with me. I'm not sure what we'll do with... Gidget. Gidget just blinks, smiles, and cocks her head. What is it, Iggy? Throw a glance at Genzo as well, but for once in his life he's silent, looking mildly as though someone has just killed his dog. Open my mouth, and wince and bring a hand to my forehead. Weird sort of panic building up in the base of my gut. It's all getting too much. I suddenly feel closer, a lot closer. My mouth feels like it's been stuffed full of cotton balls. Beads of sweat are already starting to gather on the back of my neck. Are you alright? Gidget brows form two twin arcs. Then leans forward, hand sliding across the table to find my wrist. Poor thing, I know. It must have been very confusing and overwhelming for you, but don't worry, everything will be fine now. Fingers run up the skin of my arm. I'll take care of you now. That's Why don't I go both of you rooms for the night, Not in spite of myself. I am tired. Exhausted even. My bed sounds absolutely delightful right about now. Oh, perfect. Come then. Rises to her feet with a sickly sweet smile. Hand on my wrist moving to my upper arm to tongue me up. Soon I stand up with a wobble, places her arm around mine. Feel her chest pushing up against my skin. Let's go get the keys from Mr. Graham. He leads me over to the counter, Genzo following reluctantly behind. He is positively giddy. Give my arm a little squeeze, and snaking her hand in mine, intertwining our fingers. Try to jerk it away. Only for her fingers to clamp down so hard it's like my hand is in a vice. I bite down my lip till I can taste blood. Two keys, please, Mr. Graham. 2 gentlemen would like to stay the night. Of course, dear. The woman behind the counter smiles and procures 2 sets of keys from the back wall, placing them in Gidget's outstretched hand. They can stay as long as they like. Then we headed upstairs, up and away from the sounds of the bar, into a quiet hallway lined with doors. Gidget twists one of the keys into a door on the right and pops it open. Here you go, Genzo. This is your room. Oh. Genzo scratches his neck. I mean, if you want to keep drinking, that's also fine. But at least you now have your room and keys, Nicky and I are going to retire, though. Is that so? Genzo's gaze goes to me now, looking for confirmation. I mean, I am pretty tired. At this point, I just want to get inside my room, close the door, and go to sleep. That means playing along with Gidget until she gives me the keys, then so be it. I think we'll all feel a lot better in the morning. Quite right. Both of you need to rest. Gidget just nods and stares pointedly at Genzo. Right. Genzo just mumbles, but he starts towards the open door. Guess, good night, guys. Takes one last glance at us, then disappears inside the room. Gidget immediately begins tugging me further down the hall. Room is this way, Iggy. Thank God, I'm just about spent. I can only imagine. Locks the 3rd door on the left, popping open the door, revealing a cozy room, outfitted with a bed, wardrobe, and desk. Something about the sight of it makes me instantly relax. Soon, I'll be alone. Guess I'll see you tomorrow then. Turn myself away from my grip and step inside. Thanks for everything. This is really, nice. Gidget just smiles and walks in after me. Yep, here we go. I was not looking forward to this. Press my lips together. Shuts the door behind us. Pinpricks of sweat begin to form across my forehead. I feel my throat start to get dry. Gidget, I'm sorry if I gave you maybe some kind of wrong impression, but I really just want to sleep. It's okay, Iggy. You're confused. I know. No, actually, I'm not. I do just want to sleep. Take a step back. No confusion there. Raise my arms in what I hope is a harmless gesture of comical misunderstanding. Gidget just shakes her head. A strange look of pity in her eyes. Oh, Iggy, you poor thing. But it's okay. You're with me now. Everything's going to be just fine. Everything's already fine. I should have glanced towards the door. Something's not right. Something's not right. Or at least it will be tomorrow, after I've had a good night's sleep, in this bed, all by myself. Still sneaking in the direction of the door, slowly, carefully. I'll train you, Iggy. Build you from the ground up. Then you won't have to be confused anymore. You'll know exactly what you want. Brings her hands to her cheeks and smiles. Oh God, she's going into a sedentary mood. A smile. Something wrong with it. Something that shakes me to the very core of my being. What is with this music? Oh my god, okay. The tendrils of panic trickling my diaphragm and suddenly climb around my heart. I feel the air leave my lungs. Need to get out. I need to get out. Twist towards the door, grab the handle, wrench it open. But what greets me on the other side isn't the empty hallway. Oh, hi. Said one filled with eager smiles, hungry eyes, and reaching hands. Group of fans from the table downstairs, crowding the door. Yeah, you guys, go have some fun with her. Second door open, they come pouring inside. What the fuck? I jump back, but they come too quickly and too many of them, practically fighting over themselves to come at me. Grab my arms, legs latching onto my thighs, toppling me to the ground with a dull thud. As much as I fight, kick and push and shove, can't get them off. Can't get out from under them. Oh, you're too kind, darlings. Get a smile stretches across her face now, and she bites down almost hungrily on the bottom lip. Best fans of what goddess could ask for. She sighs and barely restrains delight. Raise him up for me, would you? I want to see his face. Arms clamped down on me, again tugging, pulling me up and away from the floor. Feel all my arms get yanked as a new pair of hands grasp my curls and twist my head upwards. Beautiful. Another sigh. Kitty's face is flushed pink, but perhaps too beautiful, yes. A frown. That's why others want to take you for their own. Can't have that now, can we? You're mine alone, Iggy. She giggles, dances off towards the desk. When she returns, holding a pair of scissors. Oh god, here we go again. Not my jewels, my precious family jewels. Gidget, please, we can't. But another joke on my head cuts my words short. Tears spring to my eyes as I grit down on my teeth. Too beautiful. What can we do about that, Iggy? Practically sings. With a flush, he reaches towards and grabs a chunk of my hair, twisting it upwards painfully. Let's start here, shall we? Against the cut. Oh, cutting my hair. Okay, well, I'll take that, I guess. Thick slices of the blade through the chunks of my hair in great greedy handfuls. Laughing and squealing as the severed curls fall to the floor. Head is brushed left and right, fingers tugging and pulling as the scissors snip and snap, sending more and more errant pieces flying. She suddenly stops, grasps my cheeks. Beautiful. She stares into my eyes, face practically radiating heat. Beautiful. Suddenly, then she smashes her mouth against mine in a bruising kiss. A second, I can't breathe, can't see, can't even think. She moans, sucking my lips, my gums, my tongue. At least we're not hearing the moaning this time. That was really uncomfortable last time. Then as quickly as she started, she pulls away, breath hot. Too beautiful. She reels her hand back and backhands me across the face. Ow. His impact sends my head reeling, starts dancing across my eyes. Hands go back to my cheeks. Red and bump forming across the skin. A beautiful colour. That's me again, harder, laughing and squealing. Face is burning, throbbing. Oh, more colour. Grabs my cheeks, clawing at them, digging her nails into the skin, and pinching, clamping the skin between her fingers. Then her thumbs going to my eyes. Head snaps backwards. Fuck, it hurts. Deep into the sockets, digging straight into my brain. It hurts. I open my mouth with a noiseless scream as every nerve across my face, my scalp, sends electric shock straight to my brain. Feel my eyes popping. Bright white light flashing, blinding. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. Gator's grip loosens instantly. My head slumps downward. Can't see anything at first. Everything is black. Slowly, the light returns, blurry and warped and red, filled with red. Hot liquid seeps from the corners of my eyes to glide down my stinging cheeks. Hey, Iggy, just wanted to check if you're doing okay. It's Genso. My knight has come to save me. I also snap back into motion on instinct, her racing lips parting. Gidget's arm slams against my face before I can get a sound out. Palm finds my mouth, and she reaches my head towards her body. Everything's fine, Genso. Iggy's already asleep. He was so exhausted after our activity. Blink against the tears and blood pooling in my eyes, struggling to breathe. Oh. His voice sounds so small. Okay, I'll see both of you in the morning then. Try to shout for help. He's leaving. He's leaving. I have to do something. And I've got to do something. And I've got to do it now. Otherwise, I don't give myself a chance to complete that thought. Instead of releasing what little strength I have left in one concentrated burst and twisting against Gidget's grip. Sudden movement must throw her off guard, because the next second I feel the cool air of my freedom on my lips. Genso, I belt out. Genso, I jacked backwards before I had the chance to finish. Gidget's fingers clamped so tightly around my jaw, I swear her nails are liable to pierce clean through my cheeks. I was silent for a moment. Then, was that Iggy? I clenched my eyes shut, willing him to stay, willing him to try and press further. Gidget just laughs, clearly doing her best to stay cheery. Oh, poor dear, having a nightmare is all. Must be reliving one of your horrifying encounters. Reaches my head back with a painful twist of emphasis. Oh, okay, then. Make sure he gets plenty of sleep, yeah? He looked exhausted. Oh, of course I will. I'll take good care of him. I pause. Okay, good night then. Gidget doesn't bother responding this time. See her listening for him to walk away before she finally releases her grip. I choke, cough, stretch my jaw. Before I even have a chance to fully recover, she backhands me across the face. You little bitch. Pupils have shrunk to the size of pinpricks in their sockets, her eyes clouded with rage. Grabs my hair with an agonizing twist, jerking my head backwards. Well, it was worth a try, I guess. But even as she glares down at me, face is already softening. She sighs, lips curling into a smile. It's okay, you don't know any better. She bites down on her lip. But that's what I'm here for, to teach you. She moves back and gestures towards the floor. Hands respond by pushing me down onto my back. Don't have the energy for more than half a squirm as they hold my arms and legs down against the polished wood. Kitty crawls on top of me, scissors in hand as she straddles my waist. Feel myself start to shake as she leans forward, just flush with my own. Sweet little Iggy. Just too tempting, isn't it? Being naughty. Runs her hand through my hair, then glides it down the side of my face before gripping my jaw. Squeezes it, sending my lips out to a comical pout. Uh-oh. Please no, not my tongue. I know. Make it easier for you. Then you'll never be tempted again. Face monopolizes my vision, now staring itself into my brain. Squeezes harder, popping my jaw forward with a snap. It quickly reaches inside with her other hand, pinching my tongue between her fingers, yanking it out past my lips. I try to scream. Lost energy comes back in a flash of adrenaline, struggling, squirming, pushing against her. The fan's holding my arms and legs down tight. My vision quickly blurs with tears of frustration. Don't worry, this will only take a second. Sighs almost lovingly, face flushed, and brings the scissors up. Snip. Snip. Has the blade down around my tongue. Well, separates with a revolting squelch. Pain is immediate. Back arches as a strangled cry wrenches itself out of my throat. My tongue. I can't breathe. Can't even think. It's gone. Gone. Blood fills my mouth, bubbling over past my lips, choking and hot. Cough and send giant clots down my chin, across the Gidget's face. But this only delights her further. Hold the fleshy pink triangle out with a giggle, giving it a playful flick. There, see? Now we won't have any more incidents, I'm past even understanding what she's saying at this point. Gurgle, retch, low-growing shudders in my lungs and up my throat. Another cough. Blood is everywhere now, coating my cheeks in dark, thick clumps, rolling down my chin and neck. Grim builds, low and guttural, and punctuated by hacking sputters. This makes Gidget's smile fall. Eyes flash. She jerks forward to grab my sulky collar. Shut up. Doesn't hurt that bad. Don't shut up. I can't shut up. Whole face feels like it's been zapped with 1,000 volts again and again. The least stump of my tongue continues to pump out blood. Painful pounding pulses that echo in my brain. Shut up. Shut up. You're supposed to be quiet now. Hands her my back into the floor. But it does expel more gooey clots from my mouth. Moon continues, morphing into a hoarse wail. He looks panicked now. Sits up, looks towards the door, looks at me, looks at the scissors. Then, with a throaty cry. Oh! Felt the scissors drain to my temple. Well, I wanted to keep my brain intact, but I guess that's not happening. I go stiff as a rod. The moon stop. Don't feel it. Don't feel anything. Just pressure. Enormous pressure on the side of my head. Tears return, filling up my sockets as my vision warbles into indecipherable blobs. Sorry, Iggy. Can't make out Gidget's face anymore. Only a dark shadow looming closer and closer. But you just wouldn't be quiet. Tugs the blade back with a pulpy pop. My brain is gonna spill out onto the floor. It's not something I'll have to worry about for long. Already the world is starting to turn dark. Can't even cough anymore. Over my tongue oozes down the back of my throat, pulling in my lungs. At least now you can be with me forever. Gidget's voice coos from somewhere in the darkness. I'll take good care of you, Iggy. I feel her hand on the side of my head. One of her fingers begins wriggling its way inside the weeping hole. That's when my eyes finally roll back, and everything goes dark. Well, at least she didn't go for my family jewels this time. Fortunately, you were skull searched, but they have always said trepanning is good for the brain. Not in this case. Hang on, this is slightly different. Going to leave, and yet something sparks in the back of my mind. Keen sense of deja vu, coupled with a searing pain in my temple. Feels like I've tried this before. I can't just let him leave, can I? Maybe my only way out of this. Yeah. Try to shout for help anyway now. We gotta stay quiet, as Gidget wants. Feeling our pending dread is too strong. So as hard as it is, I stay quiet. Instead, clenching my eyes shut in futile despair, hoping to someone somewhere that this is the right choice. Oh, trust me, it is. We already experienced the other option. Everything is a right choice. Gidget runs a hand through my choppy, jagged hair, again and again. And there, he's gone now. Don't you worry. He wants to take you for himself, you see. But you're safe here, safe with me. She laughs, a delighted trill that thrums against my face. Besides, look at you now. Pushing my head back, looking down at me, eyes sunken and wild. And presses her thumbs against my bruised cheeks, pulling the skin back, forcing my lips into a stretched smile. Blood from my eyes oozing across her fingers. No one like you now, ugly little Icky. Except for me, that is. Now I'm the only one there for you. The only one who'd ever care for you. You'll be mine. Forever. My own little Iggy. She dips her head forward and traces her tongue up the side of my nose, all the way to my forehead, smearing blood all along the path. Gidget. I finally managed to eke out, her voice hoarse and strained. Hush now, she coos, and traces her tongue downward, past my lips and chin, down the side of my neck. I feel her slide up and onto my lap, straddling my hips. Blood decorates her lips and chin. Aren't you my man? This is what you're supposed to want. Tugs on my collar, giggling against my skin, lets her fingers start to trace down my chest. Perhaps just that you haven't been with me yet. Down, down, down. Some recoils at a touch, sending the fabric of my shirt fluttering. That it, Iggy? Have you been saving yourself for me? Is what I'm supposed to want? Breath hitches. My throat constricts with a painful twist. You're so sweet, Iggy. To think you'd do something like that for me? My fingers are on the fly of my pants. Tugging. She leans in close, whispering right next to my ear. I've been saving myself for you too. Gidget. No. Something crack snaps my brain back to attention. From the window. Glasses cracking? I don't have to ponder the absurdity of it long, because in the next second... Gensu! Thank fucking Christ! Came just in time. Tire pane on the glass comes buckling forward. A figure comes barreling forward with a jounce onto the bed. Fuck, not the best idea I ever had. Gensu wipes at the shard of glass littering his arms and legs. Ready to freeze when he sees what's happening in the middle of the room. What the fuck? Gidget spins around, blood dribbling down her lips and face twisted. He's mine. She stumbles to her feet. You can't have him. Then lurches towards him. Gensu looks left and right, frantically searching. Yanks his cap off his head and uses it as an oven mitt to grab one of the larger shards of glass atop the bed, holding it like a dagger. Gidget crawls up onto the bed, growling and snarling and reaching towards him. It responds with a slash that slices across her arms and hands, blood splattering against the wall. This doesn't seem to hinder her. She launches herself straight at him, on top of him, slamming a fist onto his chest and clawing at his face. I can't tell who's winning. All we see is a mess of flying arms and legs. Bed bounces, creaks, skin slapping on skin, finding yelps and growls. Finally, Gensu lets out a yell and rolls over, taking her with him, spinning, till they both fall onto the floor with a thud. Gensu suffers the brunt of it, head cracking against the floorboards. Gensu takes this opportunity to grab her, yank her to her feet, positioning the shard of glass just beneath her throat. Turns to me, to us, to the rubber group of fans I can hear hissing in fear at the sight of their idol in danger. Let him go. Gensu's voice is strangely calm. Presses the tip of glass shard into Gidget's neck. Let him go, or I kill her. A moment of hesitation, of uncertainty. Then, feel the bruising grits on my arms and legs begin to loosen, to fall away. slumped to the ground with a cough. Now, step back. I jab at the glass. When I don't move, he takes a step forward, wrenching Gidget tighter in his grip. I said step back. And flying doies, he says, hissing as they retreat to the far wall. Looks like a cornered snake. Gidget laughs, low throaty chuckle. Aren't you sweet, the gallant saviour? We both want the same thing. He shakes her so hard his head snaps back with a jolt. Are you done? Met with another giggle. Then, Eggs, can you walk? Tumble to my feet, head spinning. Vision is still blurry, but I nod my head all the same, leaning towards him. Guess I must get a good look at me for the first time, because their eyes go wide with concern. Fuck. Oh, Iggy, sweet little Iggy. You don't want to leave me, do you, Iggy? Gidget coos. Gidget ignores her and nods his head in the direction of the door. I take the hint. You know, Gidge, it has been great and all, but I think we're gonna have to take a rain check, Gensler says. It shoves her towards the bed and takes off. Go, 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 go. Well, at least, Gidget is alive in this route. Two of us go streaking out the door and back into the alley. Hallway. Even as Gidget's laughter pierces the silence behind us. I'm coming for you, Iggy. Just wait. You'll be mine. Another shriek of laughter. Make it to the stairs. Double down the first door. Music is still playing. Painter is still vibing. Look up as we race and shout and push our way through. Just when we make it to the door, Gidget appears at the top of the stairs, pointing down at us and flanked by her groupies. Get them, you idiots! That's an order from your queen. Shit, shit, shit! Practically fly outside out into the night air. The sound of mugs slamming and chairs scooting right behind us. It's up here, come on. Until yelps and beckons me off to the right. Go careening after him, staggering and lurching. One hand to my head to keep the world from spinning. Round the next corner, legs twist over themselves. Give out and send me face first into the brick. Fuck. Gensler runs back, yanking out my shirt and tugging it on my arms. Let's do some mental calculations at that point. He looks at me, looks behind us. Because the next moment, he's got my thighs and has me scooted up over his shoulder, huffing and puffing and dashing down the street towards the pier as I hold on for dear life. Good thing you're light as a stick, gasps out between breaths. Don't have far to go, just down the winding road. Already I can hear footsteps behind us. Lots of footsteps, and shouts too. Don't dare look up. Instead, keep our eyes clenched shut, and my fingers clamped into the fabric of Gensler's jacket. Once I hear the gentle slaps of water, I know we've reached the pier. Gensler stops momentarily, turning right, first right then left. He starts forward again, towards the edge, towards the water. Gonna jump for me, Iggs. My heart skips a beat, and I brace myself all the same. Now, in the next moment, Gensler drops me to the ground. Look forward just in time to see the little blue sloop from earlier. Gensler already at work on the rope and keeping it tied to the dock. I should have jumped in, no questions asked. And in one overly curious moment, I glance behind us. Instantly freeze. The whole town is racing down the road after us. Feet slamming against the brick. Arms raised, shouts and yells and whoops and hollers ripped through from their throats. Like the entire army of the apocalypse is bearing down on us, ready to rend us limb from limb. Get in! Here comes his voice and it doesn't register. Got the rope untied, but I can't seem to move. All I can do is stare at the teeming, writhing mob barreling towards us. God fucking damn it. That's the last thing I hear. Well, Gensler football tackles me square across the middle. Both of us flying off the edge and pier and landing hard at the bottom of the boat. Head rings, vision swaying. Air knocked from my lungs and hovering somewhere up above my gasping lips. Fuck. Here Gensler groan. He's got his head clenched in his hands and is curled into a ball next to me. We're moving. Away from the pier. away from the throng of angry townspeople. My gaze clears. I can see them standing on the edge and shouting at us, shaking their fists as we float away. Genzo pushes himself to his feet and raises his own fist in return. Yeah, good riddance. I have stay down. Panic is finally beginning to recede. It leaves a hole in its place. A strange hole that leaves me somehow hollow, empty, feeling nothing and everything all at once. I raise my hand, shaking. Why is it shaking? And the tears come, blurring my eyes, hot and stinging as they pull beneath my eyelids, wind rivers down my cheeks. Genzo rubs his face, repositions his cap, before returning his attention to me. Immediately blanches. Fuck eggs. He starts to kneel down beside me, voice catching. What did she do to you? I can only look at him. Look at him as though I don't even know who he is. Just so tight I can't breathe.